Hi, I'm DJ Cashmere, and I'll be answering question number 1 to start. Question number 1 asks, to what extent do you feel like your students are on a path of expanded opportunities due to major academic and personal growth? What do you see in your students now? What have you seen in your students in the past that tells you that is true? So I've actually had a really unique experience. I've had the opportunity to move up with my kids each year over the past 4 years. So I've taught theater arts to the class of 2014 as freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and now as seniors. And in addition to that, beginning their sophomore year in the fall of 2011, I also began serving as the advisory coordinator for this group of students and have since taken on the role of academic chair. So it's been an incredible blessing to get to work with the same group of students very, very closely over the last 4 years, and I can honestly say that I'm 100% sure that this class of now seniors is absolutely on a path of expanded opportunities due to both the academic and personal growth that they've achieved since they entered Chicago Bulls College Prep. Academically, my students have come an extremely long way. Last year as juniors, they did so well on their ACT that they actually reached the pinnacle of all non-selective schools in the city. They came in first across the Noble network and across all other non-selective schools, and third out of 125 total high schools in the city, including selective enrollment schools, in their ACT growth. I can't begin to take full credit for this, of course. I'm surrounded by an incredible team of teachers, advisors, disciplinarians, and learning specialists, and many others who come together every day to ensure that our students have a superior educational experience, and it's really paying off for them academically. But at least as important as their academic growth is their personal growth. Skills like grit and creativity may be less measurable than academic skills, but they're certainly no less important, and a lot of the current literature revolves around these so-called non-cognitive skills, or these soft skills. As a matter of fact, one of my first innovations upon arriving at Bulls Prep was to put in place a system of core values, which is a measurable system for talking about and teaching how to learn in addition to just what we're learning. I was inspired by a graduate school professor of mine who had taught me about something called the Extended Lifelong Learning Inventory, and I developed my own system. I call it the Theater Arts Core Values. The values are on the wall behind me. They are respect, self-discipline, engagement, follow-through, which was added when my students were sophomores because we noticed that that was an area in which they struggled, curiosity, creativity, and imaginative compassion. We do several things with these core values. Every day there's a core value on the board, there's a core value objective on the board, in addition to our regular academic objective. So students know that their core value performance is just as highly valued as their academic performance. And the way that they do class, how respectful, engaged, disciplined, etc. they are, is just as important to me as what they learn. We also do shout-outs, so the last roughly 5 minutes of each traditional theater arts class period ends with shout-outs where students raise their hands and track one another as they give each other shout-outs for doing something great in one of these 7 areas. So they'll give specific shout-outs where they name a behavior or an action that they saw another student take, and they'll specifically state which core value that showed. So we celebrate the core values consistently, we name them and we celebrate them. I also measure them over the course of the year. Students do several self-evaluations over the course of the year so that we can quantitatively actually get some data together to measure these things that are normally seen as very qualitative, and that helps to bolster the legitimacy of the core values, both for the students and for the entire staff here at the school. This system of theater arts core values has now been spread across all the theater arts classrooms, so there are 4 different teachers that are all using these core values. My advisory, which is my homeroom of guys that I have and that I've had every day since they were freshmen, they've created their own separate set of core values, and they do daily shout-outs around those core values. And then in my innovative literacy class, which is an experimental reading class I started teaching last year, those students also created their own set of core values, which are dedication, optimism, clarity, confidence, and synergy. And we value those in innovative literacy and talk about those constantly. In both theater and innovative literacy, core values are a huge portion of their grade. In theater, they're the biggest portion of one's grade, and in innovative literacy, they are equal to the daily quizzes. So students cannot just get by learning without making each other and making themselves better. They have to show dedication, show optimism, show curiosity. They have to do these types of things actively and be able to defend that they've done them in order to receive an A in my class. Now, I think implementing these from the get-go, from the first day of the class of 2014's freshman year, has had great benefits and a lasting impact. So in addition to the great work done by many of our other teachers, including our PE department, this class of 2014 has come to be known as the strongest cultural class that we've had. They've been leaders, respectful, engaged, a hardworking group of leaders across the school since not too far into their freshman year, actually, and to see them grow and develop in these particular areas has been really gratifying and has also had a hugely positive impact on the rest of our student body. And now as seniors, they've continued to maintain this great reputation of being some of the culturally strongest students that we've ever had here at Bulls Prep. So now they're seniors, and we are almost halfway through their senior year. We're on track for 100% college acceptance, and we're aiming to get as close as we possibly can to 100% on college enrollment come spring. And we're looking to make as many of those enrollments into either match schools or reach schools as possible in order to maximize the possibility of them graduating from college. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this distinct blend of academic and cultural growth is going to pay off for my students as they not only enroll in but work towards graduation from college.